Officer Daniel Mercer sat in his cruiser, sipping his morning coffee, watching the sun rise over the empty streets of Brookhaven. It was the kind of peaceful morning that made him think maybe the world wasn't such a bad place. That's when it happened. From nowhere, a German shepherd burst into view, charging straight toward his car. It didn't stop. It didn't shy away. It planted itself in front of his bumper, barking fiercely. Sharp, desperate barks that made Daniel's hand freeze on his cup. This wasn't a stray looking for food. The dog's eyes locked on his, burning with urgency. Then it spun and bolted down the street, pausing only long enough to bark again, as if begging him to follow. Something about those eyes made Daniel's chest tighten. He threw the car into gear and followed. The shepherd led him through quiet streets, then older neighborhoods. It ran with purpose, never slowing, as if it knew time was running out. When it finally stopped, it was in front of a small white house with peeling paint and a sagging porch rail. The dog pawed at the front door, barking frantically, then jumped toward a window. Daniel knocked hard, no answer. Through the glass, he saw her, a woman lying motionless on the couch. His training kicked in. He forced the door open. Inside, the air was heavy, silent except for the shepherd's whine as it pressed against the woman's hand. Daniel knelt. Her pulse was weak, her breathing shallow. "Dispatch, Mercer, medical emergency. Adult female unconscious but alive. Need ambulance immediately." Her eyelids fluttered. Her voice was barely a whisper. "Please, don't take my dog." "He's staying right here," Daniel said softly. "What's his name?" "Ranger," she breathed, before her eyes drifted shut again. Minutes later, paramedics arrived. As they lifted her onto the stretcher, her weak gaze shifted to Ranger. You found help, didn't you, boy?" Ranger's ears twitched. Daniel opened his cruiser door. "Come on, Ranger, you're not staying behind." The shepherd leapt in without hesitation. At the hospital, Daniel waited in the ER lobby. Ranger lay at his feet, eyes locked on the doors Emily had vanished through. People walked past, nurses, doctors, families, but Ranger didn't move. Every sound from the ER made his ears flicker, his gaze steady. A doctor approached. "Officer Mercer, the woman you brought in, Emily Carter. You got her here just in time, but she's been off her medication for weeks." Daniel frowned. "Why?" The doctor hesitated. "She lost her insurance and her documents. Without proof of identity, she can't access assistance. She's been trying to manage, but her body can't fight alone." Later, Daniel stepped into Emily's room. She was pale, tired, but awake. Ranger rushed to her bed, placing his head gently in her lap. "You don't have to worry about him," Daniel said quietly. "I'll look after Ranger until you're home." Emily smiled faintly, tears in her eyes. "He saved my life. Again." Daniel noticed faint scars on Ranger's neck. "Where did you get him?" Emily hesitated. "One night he just showed up, injured. I couldn't turn him away. But sometimes, the way he listens, the way he moves, like he's trained for something I don't know about." Over the next few days, Daniel kept his word. He visited Emily every day. Ranger never once failed to walk straight to her bedside, head on her lap. But Emily's recovery wasn't simple. Her condition worsened one night. Daniel got a late call from the hospital. She was stable, but she needed stronger medication, and without paperwork, every dose became a fight. Daniel made calls between patrols, leaning on old contacts to replace Emily's documents, birth certificate, social security, proof of residence. Each office had a different requirement. Progress was slow. One evening, while Emily was asleep, Daniel noticed Ranger lying by her hospital bed, one paw resting gently on her blanket, as if he was standing guard. In that moment, Daniel realized this dog wasn't just a rescue. It carried the kind of love that only comes from years of shared life. Then came another twist. Animal control showed up at the hospital. A shepherd had been reported roaming the streets. They wanted to scan Ranger. Daniel stepped in fast. "This dog is going nowhere. It's part of an ongoing case, my case." His voice left no room for argument. Curious, he had him scanned for a microchip. Nothing. No owner, no past. By the end of the week, Emily was strong enough to go home. Daniel helped her to the porch of her small white house. She hesitated at the door, her hand trembling on the handle. Ranger pressed close to her side. "I don't know how to thank you," she said softly. "Don't thank me," Daniel replied. "Thank Ranger. He's the one who refused to give up." Ranger nudged her leg gently, as if he understood every word. Weeks passed. Daniel couldn't shake the feeling that Ranger's story wasn't complete. One evening, he called an old friend in the canine division. "Check retired service dogs for me. Shepherd, named Ranger." The reply made him freeze. Canine Ranger, retired partner of Officer Michael Carter, Emily's late husband. Somehow, years later, the dog had found its way back. Daniel didn't tell Emily right away. Some truths are better shown than told. One quiet Sunday, he stopped by again. Emily was on the porch, Ranger at her side. The sunset painted the sky gold. As Ranger rested his head on her knee, Daniel realized this was more than just a rescue. This was a promise kept. Every visit, Ranger greeted him calmly, and each time, Daniel looked at the dog with a deeper understanding. Loyalty doesn't end with words. Sometimes, loyalty finds its way home. If a loyal dog ran to your car asking for help, would you follow it? And what do you think Officer Daniel found when he reached the house? Drop your guess in the comments. And if this story touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel and join us for more true emotional stories of loyalty, courage, and second chances.